All right, we've got a little love note here from Latitude 64. Hey, Johannes here. This is the 2023 Royal Box. It's a peek into the future, and we would love to have your feedback on the new discs. And I thought I was going to be getting the Grand Slam box when I saw I had a package coming from them, but I got some absolute fire from Latitude 64 that I'm super excited to show you guys today. So we've got a couple new molds and then some old molds in new plastics. So I'm really excited to break everything down for you. We've got 5 discs to go over today. The first disc we have is the Royal Grand Hope. This is a throwing putter, but look at the absolute beautiful Royal Grand plastic. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I've also got a blue and purple guy here. And they gave me breakdowns of all the discs. So I figure you guys would probably want to see this as well. I've personally been looking forward to making Hope in the premium Grand plastic, and we have gotten a lot of feedback to make Grand Hope happen from you as well. This will be a great throwing putter that wants to fly straight. Compared to the Sense Hope, this one will have a little bit of added stability and way better durability. Also, I really love the feel of the Grand plastic. We also went crazy with the colors on this one. And oh yes, we are adding Grand Hope to the official lineup of 2024. So this is a new disc that apparently a lot of the Latitude fans are really excited for. Again, I'll just go through everything one by one so you guys can have the full story as to what everything is like. But, oh yeah, the flight numbers I guess are important too. We've got 2301, so slow, somewhat glidey, and with a little bit of fade at the end, but mostly straight. Give this, I mean, the colors on these things are absolutely insane. Oh yeah, it's got like a hair of tiny amount of flip up, but then a nice stable finish. This is a really awesome throwing putter. Give this one a little more power. That's a little bit more powered up. Stable, but still a mostly straight flyer. All right, so that one was the Royal Grand Hope. That's a disc that feels really good and seems to fly really great as well. The next disc is one that I'm actually pretty excited for. We've got the Sense Moonshine Savior. The Savior comes in at a 4403. And in my opinion, this is right between a Zone and a Harp as far as the feel and hand goes. I love how board flat it is. And this plastic blend is very grippy, and it feels like an extremely premium baseline. It's very tacky, and it's got really nice grip to it. And we've got 2 of these guys. I think most people will be forehanding these, so let's forehand them and see how the stability is. Oh, that's really nice. It's not super dumpy, but it feels very torque resistant. Let's give it a bit of height and a bit of Annie, and we'll really test the stability here. Oh yeah. I think that disc is gonna knock a ton of Harps out of people's bags. That feels better and flies better than the Harp, in my opinion. All right, the next disc we've got here is the Royal Brave. So the prototype Brave comes in at a 7-speed, and they don't have any other flight numbers in there yet. Rim width wise, it is a 7-speed fairway driver. Latitude's vision with this mold was to make a disc with the feel of an Explorer, but with a more understable flight. My best description of this disc is that it glides like a river, but feels like an Explorer. For me, it is an understable disc that I can put some power behind and just watch it glide for days. I don't think I've thrown this far with a 7-speed disc before. I'm a huge fan of the Discraft Cicada for this kind of shot. I'll give you guys a quick look at the side profile here. We've got a blue one. It's got a nice little bit of dome, a nice low parting line, which based on the side profile of the disc, it seems like it's going to fly exactly as described. So let's give this a little bit of power and see that amazing glide. Oh yeah. Okay, that was real. Yep, that's like 350, 360 with a 7-speed. That's pretty darn solid. Let's throw the green guy here. That one I got a way better rip on. Wow. Okay. If that doesn't hit that tree, it's pushing 400. That disc is really good. Upon throwing it 2 times, that disc is incredible. The green ones seem to be a little bit less stable. Next disc on this list is another one I'm pretty excited for. We've got the Grand Orbit Honor. The Honor is a super overstable 9-speed coming in at a 9.50 2.5. And the description here is, during 2023, we released the Honor, a 9-speed disc that fits between Pioneer and Explorer stability-wise. For most humans, the Honor will be quite overstable. This is a disc that you can still get some distance out of, more than a Pioneer, for example. This Royal Box run will have the orbit effect paired with a limited 5-wing stamp design. So the stamp seems like one of the special selling points here. I think the stamp is pretty cool. I think this feels pretty similar to a Sake Bomb Felon, but it feels like it might be a little more stable than the Felon. What I love about the Felon is that it has so much forward push with an absurd amount of torque resistance. So it's basically the best of both worlds as far as overstable 9-speeds go. I have the first run Honor, and it was so stable, way more stable than any Firebird. We'll go one backhand and one forehand. Yeah, that's just like a super overstable beefcake, but it does actually seem to go fairly far. And we'll do one flick for you guys as well. Yeah, look at that stability. I think a lot of Latitude 64 throwers aren't fully in love with the Pioneer. And I think if you don't love the Pioneer, I think that the Grand Orbit Honor is gonna be that little bit more overstable option. Or if you love your Sake Slammer and you want something just a hair more stable for flex shots and skip shots, then it's gonna be a great disc for that as well. Now the last disc, I'm sure you guys are the most excited for. We've got the Prototype Grand Strive, 13 speed, and then question marks again. Very ominous. Rim width wise, it's a 13 speed driver. You could call it an understable version of the Rive. Don't get me wrong, it is not a beginner disc. It's for the experienced player. For me, when thrown with 120 meters / 400 feet of power, it's a max distance disc that I can easily hyzer flip or use for max distance sweeping and hyzer shots, and it flies really far. So I'm expecting to get a little bit of turn out of this guy. I'll give you guys a quick look at the side profile here. This plastic feels amazing, by the way. We've got a little baby pop top with a nice low parting line. I'm expecting to fly like that 7-speed, just substantially far. This one's got even lower parting line, this like kind of baby purple color. The pink one looks like it's going to be a touch more stable, so let's throw that one first to get a feel for it. Yeah, a little bit of flip up, a lot of glide. All right, I think I can power up on this guy a little more than that description would indicate. We'll go more flat on this one. Yeah, that one felt a lot less stable. Kind of wrenched on it. Yeah, the Strive goes really far. Let's go grab everything and we'll throw it back the other way. All right, we'll give everything one last throw, and then after I throw it, I'll give you guys my final thoughts on each particular mold and plastic here. That putter is definitely more on the dumpy side. It kind of has the feel of a throwing putter, but the kind of the flight path of an approach disc. They're a little bit more stable than I thought, but I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I think this is just a super dependable and very stable approach putter / throwing putter. This is something that people are really gonna love off the tee. And just look at the colors on this bad boy. I think it looks incredible. We'll give this one a little more Annie. You can really kind of see how it has that bit of a flexing line to it. Definitely a true zero turn and flying exactly like the flight numbers. Next disc, we've got the Moonshine Royal kind of baseline Savior going here. Again, I think this is another absolute winner. Just very stable approach disc, board flat, very comfortable in the hand. There's really nothing you can complain about with the Savior. It flies exactly as advertised. And I think the Supreme baseline reminds me of the super old DX plastic from like the early to mid 90s. That DX plastic was just incredibly durable and felt very premium. This has that sort of more of a luxury baseline feel to it, and it's really high quality. Definitely some of the best baseline in the sport. You're gonna see how stable it is, forcing that one over a bit, wanting to go pretty far and still flex out a bit at the end. Now this is a guy I'm really excited for, the Brave. For those of you that have a hard time throwing the Explorer, any of the more overstable fairway drivers in the lineup, these flip up and turn really easily. I'm gonna aim off a bit to the left here to show you guys the turn. It wants to flip up and just go for absolute days. This green one's a bit flippier. We'll try it on the same line here. See if she'll turn a little bit more. But they weren't lying. That is probably one of the farthest flying 7 speeds on the market. That definitely rivals my Cicada as far as how far it actually pushes. Orbit Honor, again, just very stable. This is pretty synonymous with any just absurdly overstable 9-speed. Just look at the ante on this. It's gonna swing out, and I have 100% confidence that it's gonna come out at the end. You can see it almost got to the golf green, which is maybe 360 to where it landed there. Just an absurd amount of flex on it, and watch it go. So if you have a fast arm speed, or you throw really hard, or you like throwing on antes, you're actually gonna be able to throw those really, really far. Last disc is another one I'm super excited about. I think the Strive is another absolute winner. It's just stable enough to where I can trust it, but it's just glidey and flippy enough to where it goes really far. And you can, I mean, that's just that sweet amount of pop top where it's not so domey to where it feels uncomfortable, but it still has a definite pop top to it. And we'll go 2 flicks. Let me move you guys right here. We'll throw the Strive on a couple forehands so you guys can see. It's actually pretty stable on the flick even. Stable enough. Watch how far that bad boy is gonna go. It's easy 400. And then this purple one was a little bit more understable. Oh, that's gone. So that one got to the back edge of the golf green and then down the hill on the back side, which is well over 450 feet. Those Strives are really, really awesome. Well, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. That's the Hope, Savior, Honor, Brave, and Strive. Again, Latitude 64 consistently is coming out with products that not only excite me, but seem to excite the disc golf community, led by Grand Slam winner Kristen Tatar. Obviously, they have a ton of momentum going into this season. And when you come out with drops like this, there's no reason not to get excited. If you're a fan of disc golf, one of these discs is gonna instantly improve your game. I'm just could not be more impressed with this Royal box. And I think what they have coming in the first quarter of 2024 is really exciting. And I would highly advise checking out at least one of these molds. It's such a good little variety that there's definitely a disc in this lineup that you're going to use right away. But if you're a huge Latitude fan, you can make a case to add any of these discs into your bag. Any of the gaps in the Latitude 64 lineup, they're definitely continuing to fill over time. So yeah, I'm really excited to have all these discs. Multiples of these are gonna go into my bag. And yeah, big shout out to Latitude for sending me out everything for today's video. I thought I was getting the Grand Slam box, but I wound up getting the Royal box, and that Royal box is actually absolute fire. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.